I'm stuck in a place beyond all time. Oh, stuck in a place beyond all time. Is there any time?
Hi again. Our problem of the missing pages is seemingly sorted. Well, not sorted, but now we have a different problem. The pages are no longer blank, but they're not what they once were. There's a new story being told, and I'm unsure why. There are only 2 people in this place, and change can only be done by one of those people. But they didn't do this. They don't like change. I didn't do this either. So now we have 2 massive problems. Firstly, I'm continuing to age. That hasn't stopped. Secondly, someone or something is changing the stories, altering the realities. I'd assume these 2 things are related, considering the recency of both of them. I also have 2 ways to help us figure out what's going on. The first one, I'm already doing. Reading the realities and looking for changes. The second one is cataloguing my changes. My name is Kai, no last name. I'm the librarian's assistant. To my knowledge, I've been here forever. My boss has been here for a significantly longer forever. I believe I'm a human male. I'm 188 centimeters tall, my hair is 2.2 centimeters long, and my weight is 80.72 kilograms. If any of this changes or continues to change, I will update this. To my knowledge, the owner of this place is still unaware of what's happening. There's been no mention of the introduction of time or the changing books. They also don't know what I'm doing here, which I forgot to mention previously. The actions that I'm doing here are directly against what they want. I'm not even permitted to read the stories. So if they found out I was not only reading these, but sharing them, I imagine the consequences would be dire. Now that we have the updates out of the way, I can start with finishing this story. The book is called Sparkle, and this new chapter is called Marcus left the bathroom in search for something to tie his hand up, but when he left, he found a man crouched next to the pile of rotting ooze. He was staring at it intently, not noticing Marcus, not caring. The man looked off, however, vaguely humanoid, but not quite able to keep up the ruse. His skin was a ghostly white, with bulbous crimson veins bubbling on the surface. His face blank with cold black eyes, staring into nothing. The man finally snapped his head, turning to face the stunned Marcus. He slowly puppeted himself to standing, his ragged clothes seemingly stretching as he slightly grew in size. The man ran a hand through his stringy black hair as he finally spoke up in a raspy voice. "Marcus Hartley, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance." Marcus didn't respond. This was somehow the strangest thing to happen to him all day. The man walked towards him, stepping in the vomit, his feet passing through it like nothing. He held out his hand towards Marcus. "People call me... I'm here to help with your little problem." Marcus attempted to shake the stranger's hand, but it just passed straight through. Didn't know why he wanted to shake the hand. Guess he still held himself to some vague sense of decorum. Still didn't use his words to communicate, but was happy to fill the dead air. "Now, let me be honest with you, Marcus. In all my years, I've never seen your life matter. Your death certainly does. You bring about many an apocalypse. But your life..." He started wandering around, searching for words in his footsteps. Marcus stayed static, his fingers still trying to break free under his grip. Unalive Marcus Hartley, something I never thought I'd see. Something strange has happened, and the sparkle is not strange enough to justify an event like this. I said this, not looking at Marcus, but past him. He was consumed by his own speech. as Marcus began to get agitated by it at the same time. He was listening to this insane stranger ramble as his own body was destroying itself. You've had many encounters with the sparkle, Mr. Hartley, none of which was serious enough for me to be involved, so I'm currently working with 3 theories. Marcus suddenly snapped. Get to the fucking point! How can you help me with this crazy shit? Marcus exclaimed as he gestured towards the vomit and his restrained hand. Smirked as he stared into Marcus. I see you have a bit of bite. I like you already. Smiled wide as he started pacing around Marcus. Now, I can't exactly help you, but I can help you help yourself. You see, I can't directly do anything here. Passes his hand through Marcus as it phases right through him. Marcus recoils, the feeling of pretend matter interacting with his body being a disturbing idea. Now, as an expert in this field, I have one piece of advice. Kill yourself. Marcus's eyes filled with anger, offended at the stranger's suggestion. What the fuck, man? Looked back at him, gaze tender and caring. I'm serious, Marcus. There is no way to get rid of what's inside you. All that awaits you is incredible suffering for both you and everyone you love. Soon the line between it and you starts to blur. Soon you will derive intense pleasure from ripping off your skin and sucking the juices from it. Marcus felt goosebumps forming as his mouth started to salivate. He quickly caught himself, desperately trying to claw the thought out of his mind. No, I can't. I can't stop it. Just get it out. I looked down, disappointed with Marcus's blind hope. You can't, but I also can't make you. If you won't take my warning, then I will not willingly be a viewer of your violent self-destruction. Goodbye. Faded as he reconnected with the seams between reality, vanishing in front of Marcus's eyes. But he didn't leave. He was still observing. He wasn't observing Marcus. He was observing you. He is observing you. Between space and time, he is staring at you. He knows who you are. He cracks a wide smile. You can't see it, but you can feel the breath on the back of your neck. You can hear the corners of his mouth upturn as he whispers into you. Stop reading. This story isn't for you. The reader continued, assuming the you was general rather than specific. A wildly incorrect assumption.
You need to stop reading, Kai.
Fuck me. Who are you? Show yourself. Okay. Let's just get through it. Marcus left the bathroom and searched for something to tie his hands up. But when he left, he found nothing. Crouched next to the pile of rotting ooze. Okay. This character is an issue. I've never heard of him before, and he knows me. Why the fuck does he know me? He's changing the books. He's watching me. He's powerful. Oh, I need to look into him. Let's just continue for now. Marcus looked at it. The hunger was still there, but distant. It was coming for him, but he could hold on. He knew he could. He frantically began searching through his cupboards until he found some tape. The second he found some, he began frantically wrapping his hand, tighter and tighter, cutting off circulation to its finger. He breathed a sigh of relief when it stopped wriggling. His next call of action was to get help. Maybe this was just some new disease. He was patient 0, but it was fixable. Marcus picked up his phone with his free hand and dialed 999. The call was brief, and as helpful as you would imagine. Firstly, there was huge doubt in Marcus's story. Secondly, they didn't deem the issue, if true, to be incredibly urgent. They also decided Marcus was functioning enough to get himself to the hospital. Marcus was displeased, leading to many an expletive thrown at the person on the other end of the phone. Said person quickly hung up on him. Marcus left. He needed to go to the hospital, and if he needed to drag himself there, then so be it. There was a moment of apprehension, fear of the outside, fear of what came from the sky, but he ignored it and pushed through. Marcus wanted the walk to be uneventful. It generally was, until he saw a woman walking down the street towards him, just a regular woman going about her day. But Marcus's eyes lingered on her. He wanted to taste her, to feed. His mouth moistened, his eyes dragging over her body. Her skin glistened and shimmered under the sun, her veins glowing and filled with delicious nectar. Marcus tried to ignore it, but it was hard. His pulse was quickening, his breathing ragged, his body sweating in anticipation. Marcus could feel himself start to lose control. He could feel the primal hunger. He just needed to walk past her and it would be fine. But as they got closer together, the thoughts worsened, becoming purely animalistic. He wanted to tear her apart and devour her, scrape every bit of her skin off her body while she's still screaming. Wanted to watch her as he uses his teeth as a cheese grater against her flesh. Wanted her to feel it too. To feel the same desire he felt. They were unbelievably close now, separated by mere meters. He had to slow his breathing. He was getting too excited. Parts of him was screaming out to him. It wanted him to jump on her and devour her whole being. Marcus couldn't allow it. He could smell her now, as she started to invade his every sense. He couldn't hold on. It was correct. Marcus's vision started to blur as he braced for the worst. Suddenly he... Again? Really? I can't even finish one book. That was all new. None of this happened originally. And this isn't just a book. This happened. This is a reality that we have catalogued. Unless that was a lie, which I highly doubt. At least we've got some information. Most importantly, this character is of high interest. I trust my own senses, and if what happened is real, then there is a third being who has access to this place, and a second with the ability to alter it. I guess I'll come back once the book is finished writing itself. Whilst I'm gone, I'll look into this and see if I can find any truths about them. Let's just hope they're not as powerful as I believe.
What the fuck is the Observer here?